What's up, YouTube? Today, we need to have a conversation about Wemby, Victor Wembanyama, the alien, the later greatest of all time.
You know, I've watched a lot of basketball, seen a lot of players come and go. I've seen players take over the game, change the game, climb the mountain of NBA greats. I've seen a lot, but I have never in my life seen anything like Victor Wembanyama. And after what we've witnessed over the past week, many NBA fans, including myself.
I saw yesterday or 2 days ago he did a 360 layup. Some time ago he did a block on Lively, ran down the court. Tween behind the back, step back three, and one. Like, bro's an alien. He's a freak.
So, are left with a question that we didn't think we'd
It's
be
not
asking,
fair.
and certainly not this early. Is Victor Wembanyama the best basketball talent we have ever seen?
It's not a hot take at all. Hey, the Spurs might be going to the playoffs, bro. Spurs. No sponsor, Jimmy. No sponsor, Jimmy. Come on now. Okay.
What you're about to see is a play that only one person on the planet can make.
What's this play? I didn't see this. Oh yeah, he blocked it again. Oh yeah, I did. And then he ran down the court and shot it from the logo.
Wemby gets back-to-back blocks at the rim, then takes the ball coast to coast and puts in a 30-footer.
But look at all these number one jerseys. 1, 1, 1, 1. Oh, 11 right here. He's different. 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Like, why don't they own like a Jeremy Socon jersey, bro?
Wemby gets back-to-back blocks at the rim, then takes the ball coast to coast and puts in a 30-footer. If you didn't see this with your own eyes, you'd think it was a work of fiction. It isn't fair, really, for a player of Wemby's size to be able to do this. But these are not highlights. This is just what his game looks like. Like this play here, where Wemby puts on a spin move from outside the elbow and not only dunks it, he almost spun his way past the rim. Or this play here, where he has 1 foot outside of the paint on this drive. The ball already passed him at this point, and yet he somehow pins it against the glass on the opposite side. Wemby went from here to here in less than a second.
Yeah.
Or how about this play here, where Herb Jones draws Wemby away from the rim and gets him to bite on the fake. Victor is out of position. His back is to the ball. He's trying to guard 2 guys at the same time. Take a wild guess at how this play ends.
Bring a lot of jobs and allow the rodeo to flourish as well.
Yeah, he blocked it. But of all the reality-altering plays Wemby has made in just his first week of this NBA season, there was one play in particular that had fans around the world questioning everything they knew about basketball.
5 doing all of that. Look at that. Look at that.
Emphatically by Wembanyama. It's like playing against your dad in the driveway when you're 8 years old. What do you do? Wemby 3. You bet. Plus the foul.
To answer the commentator's question, there is nothing you can do. I just watched a 7'6" demigod make a 7-footer look like a child, then take him down the court to hit him with a
literally Lively is like
behind the back
7'1".
step back 3 for an and 1. And in an instant, it felt like everything I knew about the game of basketball was wrong. We knew the concept of Victor Wembanyama. We saw the frame and the competitiveness, and we saw flashes of what he was capable of. And through his first 2 seasons, it felt like we saw where his game was heading. But what we witnessed in just his first 4 games of this season has blown the top off of all of that. Coming into the season, Victor was ranked as the 5th best player in the league according to his sources. And this, to many fans, felt like a gross overestimation, especially since he was sidelined for the second half of last season. Sure, we knew he was probably going to take a leap this season, but nobody was expecting this. Through 4 games, Victor is averaging 31 points, 14 rebounds, and 5 blocks a game on nearly 60-40-80 splits. 31, 14, and 5
That's insane.
while playing only 32 minutes a night. Stats that jump off the box score as an early MVP favorite. But what has really warped my
I
brain
just hope he
over the
doesn't
last
get
week
injured,
is just
bro.
how much his stats, as incredible as they are underselling just how monumental
I'm not even
Wemby
a
has been.
Spurs fan,
On
bro.
defense, he is
I'm a
a
Magic
black
and
hole.
Mavs
Anything that
fan.
comes near him is either sent away or redirected. His 5 blocks a night aren't even capturing how offenses are legitimately avoiding him and anything around the rim when he's down there. In their game against the Raptors, I counted 10 different instances where a player passed up on their drive, picked up their dribble, or just avoided what should have been an easy look just because of Wemby's presence alone. 10 times. Look at this last one here. RJ Barrett blows past Devin Vassell, sees Wemby and just,
hell no.
I promise you, RJ was not planning on rifling a chest pass to his teammate standing 3 feet away from him after beating his man off the dribble. He just saw Wemby and panicked. How exactly do you measure this panic factor? Because this doesn't
that's
really
Legend
show up in the box
Intimidator
score. But
badge.
you know what does? According
Scotty
to the
Barnes, your
NBA's
ass.
head-to-head matchup tool, so far this season, Wemby has guarded 40 different players. That's about 10 different players each game. He's seen every look you can get. And in total, these 40 players shot 64 times throughout 4 games. Out of these 64 shots, they made 19 of them. Wemby's matchups this season have a field goal percentage of 29.7%. Nearly 21% worse than when he's not guarding them. The kid is single-handedly breaking offenses. And speaking of offense, whatever he worked on with Hakeem in the offseason,
Kevin
it's
Garnett,
working. The league should have terminated those workouts the moment those photos surfaced, because now it's too late and we're all in trouble. Abandoning his 3-point heavy shot selection from last season, Wemby is now working from virtually every
That game he
spot on the
cooked
court.
AD, he
He's
cooked
facing up from
Lively,
the elbow,
he cooked
he's getting his
Cooper,
back to the basket and just going over whoever's
cooked
attempting
everyone.
to guard him. He's added this footwork to his game that is almost startling to watch, not just because of how rare this skill is in today's league, but also because no human being of his size should be able to move like that. And he's got this mid-range bag now that has really opened up his game. How exactly do you stop a player who's a good enough shooter that you have to respect his jumper and crowd him, but can also get to the rim in about 1 step from anywhere on the court? How do you stop this? How do you stop this?
You cannot.
Oh, I know. You can't. Wemby is one hezzy pull-up away from being a KD Hakeem hybrid. And as twisted as it sounds, that still feels like I'm selling his game short. He has been playing so out of his mind this past week, it genuinely felt like there was a mass awakening among NBA fans around the world. A fracture in basketball's timeline. Am I watching the most talented player to ever touch a basketball? Not in terms of greatness or accomplishments or any of that, but just sheer ability and potential. For a brief moment, the thought did cross my mind, but I knew that was a terrible overreaction to a great opening game and opening week. But then I saw the reactions from other fans, and the more I saw, the more I realized I wasn't alone. This reaction was almost universal.
He looked at Anthony Davis and treated him like an 8th grader.
He abused them. With all due respect to AD, he abused them.
I've never thought this way about like Jokic and SGA, even LeBron, who I think is the greatest of all time. This kid is different. I hope to God he stays healthy because he has a chance to be the greatest player of all time.
I agree. And
hey, bro, I said it.
Truly a talent we've probably never seen before and we never will again.
But what he did in that game, my eyes are seeing something that I don't think I've seen before. That 100%. I can't compare him to anybody. For all of the years we've been watching basketball, I can't compare him to anybody.
They should call him CGI because it just doesn't seem real sometimes when you're watching.
We've never seen Wemby.
And the thing is, bro, it is not glaze. It is not glaze. It's just unbelievable watching him play.
We've never seen no shit like Wemby.
Like, I'm watching him and I'm like, I'm not really sure how you defend it. You don't really defend this.
It broke my basketball brain.
It's hard to imagine that a 21-year-old in a league stacked with the most talent it's ever had might be the best player in the world. But then you watch him play, and the idea of him being the best is easier to imagine than his actual game itself. The best way I can describe Victor Wembanyama's game is that it feels like he's a cheat code. like he's got real life hacks and he's just shamelessly spamming them at his
Bro,
convenience.
he's
I
a
know he's not
PC
cheating,
mod.
but he's so unfair that it feels like he is.
Playing
And
NBA with
personally, in
mods.
all my years of watching the NBA, there's only been one other player that genuinely felt like he was hacking the game. As great as he was, LeBron, even at his peak, felt like he was still human. There were moments in the late 2000s where his size and speed were almost cheat code territory, but it never felt unfair. Some consider prime Kevin Durant a cheat code. 7-footer with a tight handle shooting 50, 40, 90. Absurd. Unicorn. But for me, not quite cheat code territory. Same goes for Jokic. A combination of brute strength, skill,
Vision,
and
IQ,
omnipresence that
skill,
approaches
passing.
the threshold,
Oh my
but
God,
doesn't quite
Jokic
cross
is
it.
nice.
The only player that I've seen with my own 2 eyes that actually felt like he was bending and breaking the game I love was 2016 Steph Curry. I remember what it felt like.
It wasn't just 2016 Curry. It was Wardell, Stephen Curry, like from 2015. 10 years later till now, bro.
I remember thinking he couldn't keep it up, that he would regress back to the mean. I vividly recall watching him and thinking there is no way someone is actually this good at shooting the ball. I remember thinking to myself, I have never seen another player like this.
Dude, the greatest of all time in my eyes, okay, you can give LeBron that. My favorite player of all time, Kyrie Irving. But the most entertaining player I've ever seen is this dude right here, Stephen Curry.
Human cheat code. Although I didn't watch it while it was
He's put on a show every time I've seen him.
Prime Shaquille O'Neal is the other 21st century cheat code.
Hit like 10
so
threes,
big and
60,
strong and athletic that it didn't matter
56
how
points,
simple and redundant his game
51
was.
points.
What exactly are you going to do about it? Victor Wembanyama has now entered cheat code territory. It is simply unfair for a player to be this smooth, agile, huge, skilled, instinctive, and competitive. Where's the drawbacks? The weaknesses?
Mavs, Nico, like get rid of Dwight Powell, please, bro.
I recently did a video about the advantage of size in basketball and how if a player was big enough, their size would grant them the ultimate advantage. Pair that with skill and mobility, and he would essentially break basketball. In theory, it sounds awesome, but it's just not possible. There's always going to be some limitation. They're either too big or too stiff or not skilled enough or injury prone. But after seeing what the Monks did to Wemby, I have had to readjust my brain to the fact that a player like this does in fact exist. An archetype.
Maybe take like two bars off durability. But yeah. Wait, no, one bar. Cause we all saw him roll his ankle and he said, "No, I'm good. Let's play." That was
Even
crazy.
video games won't let you conjure it up. He just makes everyone else and everything else look really normal. Like, these are all giants, all freak athletes for the most part.
Look, like his ankle is kind of rolling here. Look, he's kind of rolling right here.
Like,
look right here. Oh my God, bro.
These are all giants, all freak athletes for the most part,
He's
and he makes
insane.
them look like you and me. He just looks so different out there that it's like he's actually preparing for another league above the NBA, and this is just a pit stop for him to polish his game along the way. But no, it's the best league on the planet, and he's an alien not from it. Someone said this must have been how basketball fans felt when they first saw Wilt Chamberlain in the late 50s. And that person is probably right.
Yes, but the NBA at that time was not as skilled at it as it is right now.
Once in a lifetime physical specimen that just shatters the reality of what you thought was possible on a basketball court. It's not often that players both active and retired concede that they're witnessing something they've never seen before. And this almost never happens, where young fans, old fans, the media, everyone is anointing a player who has...
There's few players who I dislike watching them lose, even though they're not on my team. That's Jokic, that's Wemby.
It's yet to turn
really
all
those
their
two.
talents
Maybe
into
Curry.
something worthy of hoisting above their head. But the reactions we're seeing to Wemby's game and his talent are not exaggerated.
Curry, maybe
They're
Luka.
not premature. Victor Wembanyama is here. And he really is just that good.
That's facts, man.